Hey Aries, welcome to your weekly reading for March 4th through 10th. This is going to be a general reading for Aries Sun, Moon, and Rising, and this is going to be focused on the area of career, finance, family life, spiritual growth, and I will pull an angel message from a different deck before the end of the video. If you want a love reading, I do all of my love readings separately, and I will have a link in the description of this video to watch the love readings after this one if you want info around love life, okay? But this is going to be all the other important areas of your life. So, Aries, I'm getting the number 4 for you guys. Let's get your Monday, Tuesday, which to me is about foundations, things coming together, things working in your favor, guardian angels working in your favor behind the scenes. This card flew out, so there's your Wednesday, Thursday. And then we're going to do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So to me, 4 is things working out in your favor, things coming together for you in your favor, your angels kind of showing up and helping out. And this is kind of funny, but as I was shuffling for you guys, I had a cartoon song playing in my head, a cartoon from my childhood. And I don't know if you guys are aware of that cartoon, but here in the United States there used to be a cartoon called Muppet Babies, and it was like the Muppets and they were babies, and it was a really happy, really cute cartoon about like friends coming together, being creative, being imaginative. So maybe that's some energy that's going to be coming in for our Aries friends this week, coming into the Pisces new moon. You know, we're going to be in our feelings, a lot of us, but also Pisces could be a very peace-loving sign, so you might be like, I really love you, to like the people who are close to you. Maybe some of you Aries are feeling it in that way. I don't know why, I heard that song as I was getting ready to do your reading. So you guys might be in your feelings, positive feelings, lovey feelings for you in the coming week. You have the Fool card coming up for your Monday, Tuesday. And so the Fool card, guys, is pretty significant. It's a major arcana card. And so major arcana cards come up when there's a significant shift happening in our life. And the Fool card is about taking a leap of faith. There's a sense of adventure that comes with it. There's a sense of like a new beginning or going in a new or different direction. So some of you may really be getting that energy of like following a dream or doing something that you're very passionate about, or like getting ready to make some kind of a career change, or go live out some dream. That's the sense or feeling that I'm getting. You guys are kind of getting your confidence back. Maybe you were broken for a while, or you felt very stuck under very heavy energy. And the Fool card is just like, you know what? The world is my oyster. I'm going to start off with this clean slate. Maybe this seems crazy, but it's time for me to go on this adventure, or it's time for me to go in a new direction. It's like something is just calling you and you can't ignore it anymore. That's what it feels like to me with the Fool card for your Monday, Tuesday. And I think for a lot of you, this is something where you're feeling like you can finally be yourself. You can finally be happy. For some of you, you're really getting into music right now too. Whether or not music is something for you that you're wanting to do professionally, but you might just be getting more into your music more. You might be listening to music more. Or you might, for some of you, I feel like you're receiving some kind of sign or a message from a song that's coming on. Maybe it's a song you haven't heard in a very long time, or maybe you're hearing the song in a very, very random place that you wouldn't expect to hear it. You know, so it could be very much that kind of situation. I'll give you an example. There used to be this dance song, and it was more like a club song, like something you would hear in a club. And that song made me think of a specific person. And there was one time I was in Delaware, of all places, in a really sleepy little grocery store. And that song came on while I was shopping for vegetables. And I was like, what an awkward place to hear this song. This is like clubbing music in this little sleepy grocery store in Delaware. Like, you wouldn't expect to hear that song. I mean, you have your typical, like, songs and stuff that play at the grocery store, but that was not one of them. And I go, I bet you anything I'm going to hear from this person. And sure enough, I did. I heard from that person within a week. So there might be something like that, where there's a specific song or something that you haven't heard in a long time that all of a sudden is playing at a very interesting moment. And there might be signs or messages coming in for some of you in that way, okay? We're going to look at your Wednesday, Thursday. Two of Water, Aries. So this is very much about relationships, balancing relationships. This is very much about coming into that energy of balance, harmony, equality, peace, love. Okay, when I see Two of Water is really, really about a healthy relationship and about seeing each other as equals, you know, and seeing people being very, very understanding. And an example that I will give you about this, Aries, and I think some of you are feeling the Pisces new moon in this way. I think something is happening midweek where you're really picking up the positive attributes of that energy, because when I first saw this card, this is the first thing that popped in my head when I thought about balance and harmony. I saw these two fish, and I thought about how, you know, Two of Water or Two of Cups for me is a card about accepting others and seeing their strengths and seeing ourselves in them and being able to like just embrace them and accept them and work with them where they are and they work with us where they are. I thought about watching fish in a pond. Like if you're watching fish in a pond, you're not judging the fish. You're not seeing one fish dart in front of another fish and go, look at that asshole. He thinks he's more important than the other fish, pushing himself to the front, just trying to go faster than the other fish. Or you don't look at another fish and go, oh, look at this idiot fish over here. You don't judge them. You just see them as fish. And I think it was Rumi, was it Rumi or Hafiz? One of them said something very similar about the trees. You don't look at trees and say, oh, this tree is a failure. This tree is too tall. This tree is too wide. This one's too short. You just accept them for being friggin' trees. Like, you don't judge them. And so a lot of you Aries are coming into this energy about yourself, like where you're able to release a lot of your self-criticisms, but also releasing judgments or or criticisms about others. And so you're having something happening in your relationships midweek where you're feeling closer to people and you're feeling like you can let people in and you can be happy. And maybe that's why I was hearing the Muppet Babies theme song. Some of you might find that you're really beginning to call in friendships with people who you can trust, who can have your back. I know Aries, you guys can be super independent. You guys can be super goal-oriented. You can be very driven, like go, 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 go. And you might not always be in this energy where you can be vulnerable with other people, or where you can like be connecting emotionally on a deep level. And this is opening up for you midweek. You're coming into that energy of just that closeness, that balance, that peace, that communication. I can give to you and you can give to me, and we can take turns receiving, right? Like just being in that flow without the judgment, without the criticism. So that's just balance and harmony and closeness right there. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday card is Five of Water. So you have a lot of water coming into your energy this week, Aries. You're feeling that Pisces moon energy. I'm telling you, some of you may have a Pisces, or you may have water in your moon or in your rising, and so you might be really feeling that coming into the new moon on the 6th. It may really be stirring up inside you. You all are getting into your emotions. You're getting into your feelings. For me, this is instantly what I heard and what I felt when I flipped over Five of Water in this instance for you, Aries, for this week. Because Five of Water has a lot of other meanings, and if you watch my channel, you will hear me explain all these different scenarios about how it could apply, because they are general readings. And so I try to go over how it might be for, you know, different ones of you. But I intuitively feel that for like maybe 98% of the Aries who are watching this video, this is what's happening with Five of Water. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of other explanations. You're releasing some self-criticism midweek, and you're beginning to experience closeness with other people, and you're attracting healthier relationships. And in that process, something is happening at the end of the week where you're having regrets, and you're telling yourself, man, if I could have been this awake in the past, or if I could have had these realizations earlier, then certain bad experiences or negative experiences wouldn't have happened to me. I wouldn't have gotten fired from that job, or I wouldn't have quit, or I wouldn't have broken up with that boyfriend or that girlfriend. Like, you might have all of these things where you're thinking, you know, I should have known this sooner. or I wish I could have been in this energy sooner. You may have some regret. And 5 of water is asking you to realize that everything happens in its time the way that it should. And whatever is meant for you cannot be taken away from you. So if that job is meant for you to return to, or if that relationship is meant for you to have, it will come back around again full circle. You will have another chance with that thing. If not, something better is coming. But in the meantime, see the gifts and blessings of what the current experiences have brought you, okay? They're still good. They're still good. And another thing, the message that for me as a reader comes to me with 5 of water, is that there's still time. To me, sometimes with 5 of water, we rush. We see 5 of water in traditional tarot decks, and usually it's this person and they're sad and they're like, they have their head down and they're crying because they had 5 cups and 3 of them spilled, right? They don't realize they still have 2 full cups. And the great things about cups, even empty cups, is that we can fill them up, okay? It's not the end of the world. Maybe something didn't go to plan. Maybe something didn't happen as fast as you wanted it to happen. But there's still time and you can fill up those cups. It's going to be okay. The universe is an abundant universe. And so Spirit is trying to help you come into that realization. You guys are going to be in your feelings this week, Aries. You guys are really going to be in your feelings. But I feel that if you can just decompress and stay away from the stress, and maybe some of you are going to need to have a good cry or let out some feelings that you've been holding in. I think once you do that, I feel like you're going to have the really positive aspects of being in your feelings. If you've been through a lot of negative experiences and if you've had to be strong for a very long time, there may be some crying coming in at the end of the week. There may be some big emotions or some sadness that you're releasing, but Spirit is asking you to be in the faith and to know that there is still time and good things are still coming your way. Good things are still headed your way, and you are being asked to remain in that faith, to hold that faith and to hold that belief. Let's check out your angel message, my darling Aries friends, and see what your spirit message is for the week. And I like to use different oracle cards for the spirit or angel message, even though this isn't like an angel oracle deck. I do connect with the archangels in my readings, and that's a lot of the communication that I am receiving is from the archangels when I read. Those of you who have had private readings with me, you know that I always start in by calling them in. And I call them in before I do these videos too. I just don't do it on camera because it takes time. All right, my darlings. So, okay. Let's see what your message for the week is, Aries. You have Elixir of Life. Okay? This is a really beautiful, beautiful card about being in your passion. Okay, being in your joy. This is what's going to bring back your youthfulness. This is what's going to bring back your happiness. This is going to be what's bringing back your joy. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is that all these feelings that are coming to the surface for you this week are coming as a gift and as a blessing. Even if some of the feelings are sad, because they're helping you to realize what you feel strongly about. And once you know what you feel strongly about, you can find your passion and you can begin getting involved in those things. And that's going to be opening up doors for you. That's going to be opening up connections for you with people who have had similar experiences as you, or who feel very similar to you in the things that you've been through. You know, red is a very vibrant color. Some of you are being asked to do some grounding in your root chakra. This particular card is about healing, truth, re-energizing yourself, coming into that vibrant energy. So some of you maybe look up some root chakra meditations or affirmations, and look into the things that are going to be helping you remove any blocks in the root chakra. Okay, I hope in the future to have meditations and things available. There's a lot of videos I'm wanting to make in time, but for now, the wonderful thing about the internet is there's so many people who have already put things up, so you can very easily find root chakra affirmations, root chakra meditations very, very, very easily. Okay, so you're just being asked to heal any troubles in your heart, okay, and find the things that bring you joy, and maybe do some self-healing or healthier versions of self-medicating, right? So maybe instead of reaching for the bottle or reaching for a blunt or whatever it is that you do, and I'm not trying to say you should never drink, and I'm not trying to say you should never, partake in herbal medications. I'm simply saying that sometimes we go to an extreme where we use those things to numb ourselves. So maybe this time what you can do is you can soothe yourself through like music or art or singing or, taking a warm bath or, just some other way of being in your body and being in the moment and allowing to feel yourself release. Okay, there's a lot of power that's going to be coming in for many of you Aries through this process. All right, my darlings, be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos too, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more, or they will add little extra bits of information for you, so it's almost like you're getting a little bit of a personal reading, even though we're not talking face to face, or even though you might not be on the phone with me asking specific questions. I found sometimes watching the moon sign and rising sign videos bring in extra information. You're like, oh yeah, that totally resonates, and that totally resonates, and you have a bigger picture to work with or more details to work with. I do have the description in the video for anybody who wants the love reading links, and I also have the links to scheduling a reading with me and all of the different options and everything there as well. All right, my lovely friends, thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. Thank you for being here. Take care.